I hope I make a good impression. This was the thought that was going through my mind as I was packing my bags, getting ready for my very first conference, the District 63 conference held in Nashville, Tennessee. And I was a little bit scared because I had been hearing in the news about planes suddenly getting into accidents. There was a plane that was landing smoothly and then it flipped. I was like, I don't want that to happen to me. So I was asking my Christian friends, please pray for me. Anyone that would listen to me, please, please, please pray for me because I wanted to make there safely. Well, I got on the plane and I'm looking at my seat and there's this elderly couple and I'm sitting between them. So I sit down with them and we start talking. And the man is a pastor from McAllen, Texas, and his wife is his wife, the pastor's wife. And we started having a conversation. I tell them about my church. They tell me about their church. We talk about different ministries. He even knew about Toastmasters. And the man says, I think God wanted you to sit with us. And I think so too, because that plane trip, my very first plane trip, was smooth. We landed very smoothly. There was no turbulence. I had heard, oh, there's you can expect turbulence, you can expect a rough ride, but it's fine. I didn't experience any of that, so I'm glad that was my first experience from a plane trip. Now my connecting flight to from Dallas to Nashville, that was a little bit more turbulent, and I did experience that bump in the landing, but I was now prepared. I was mentally prepared, and that's what I was saying was going to be the overall theme of this trip. There's going to be some turbulent parts, but most of it is smooth sailing. And as long as you're prepared with a mindset that it's going to be fine, it was. And I was there to learn. I was there to learn from these district leaders, these area directors, division directors. We had all type of people, and I'm just absorbing everything I can from them. And they had their international contest, and as I'm watching the contest, there's 7 contestants, and all of them did such a great job that some of us were watching. We're saying, I'm glad I'm not a judge because these are so polished that is very hard to tell which is going to be the winner. And that is something that, as area director and the upcoming division director, I strive for this club, that I think we should deliver all our speeches as if it's the best speech ever. Because when we get to a point where we're delivering it in public, whether it's a contest, whether it's a staff meeting, people will be impressed and they won't even know that you were nervous or you were struggling with your speech the night before. And so that's something that I strive for. Now, this wasn't just my first conference or my first flight. It was my first time hearing Louisa talking about her 18 tips of writing a winning speech. And I've heard bits and pieces, but once I was there, I was taking my notes and I'm going back in my mind because I remember when all of this stuff that she's talking about happened, when she was practicing her speeches, and when someone was telling her, you should take this out and you should take that out, whether good or bad, she listened to the critiques. And so I'm just writing down, and I'm thinking it is an honor to be here with Louisa to see everything that she's doing, everything that she's accomplished, and thinking I can do this one day too. Now, during the trip, people kept asking me, is she your mom? And someone asked, is she your girlfriend? We leaned more towards mother. And I said this to a friend of mine that I was texting during the trip. And my friend said, oh, most people have godmothers. You have a toast mother. So that was our new term. So from then on, I was telling people, she is my toast mother. It was just such a great experience that I'm glad I was able to be there. And one of the more bumpy parts was when we were having our I think it was our dinner, and they had this nice plate, and it looked like finely crafted cheese balls. Oh, these are hors d'oeuvres. Let me try one. Well, I found out quickly they weren't cheese balls; they were butter. I had two of them. Overall, it was a great trip because I'm listening to these great leaders, great speakers. Afterwards, we had an after party upstairs on the roof, and this is my first time in the Hilton. So I'm looking over the roof and seeing the planes and the cities and having great conversations. I got some ideas for something that I'm working on. I was getting ideas on how to run a division once my term is up as area director, and just hearing different people talking about different parts of the club and the organization and what they've benefited and what they think they could be improved on. So I was there hoping that I would make a good impression. I don't know if I did, but they made an impression on me, Toastmaster.